You're watching coverage of the 2023 Digital Dealer Conference and Expo in Las Vegas on CBT News.
Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. We are on location at the Digital Dealer Conference. It's day 2 here at the conference, and we're joined by Rick Dearden, who is the Regional Director for a company called Lotlinx. I know that you know that brand. They are all over the place doing great work for dealers. So how's the show going so far?
It's going really well. We're excited, to be part of this and support the, our dealer network, dealer partners.
Sure.
And we're set up over right by where the food is, so good food traffic.
That's a great place to be. That's right.
So.
The dealers and free food go hand in hand, right? That's where you want to be.
That's
no
right.
question. What are some of the things that you're hearing from dealers? Are they planning on a big 2024, or have they got some concerns?
Well, it depends on the OEM brand.
Okay.
Obviously, with the Stripe for the big three.
Sure.
But allocation, the thing we're hearing now is a lot of times is acquisition of used cars. There was less new cars sold in the last 3 years.
Right.
And so there's less used cars coming to the market.
Right, right.
So acquiring the right inventory. And then obviously is my advertising costs keep going up.
That's right.
From Google to third parties, everything seems to be going up. So how am I spending my money more effectively? Is it working? And instead of, a lot of times it's guesswork.
That's right,
so,
that's right. Let's talk about that. Let's drill down a little bit. How do dealers know if their investment in advertising is working? What determines if it's working or not?
So some places measure it based on clicks, based on views, on impressions. And here at Lotlinx, we're a big advocate of did the car sell?
Okay.
And we're also a big advocate of, do you know how much you're spending on each car?
Right.
And I know that sounds silly, but everybody knows how much they paid for a car.
That's right.
How much they paid to recondition a car.
That's right.
If I asked you, out of your X amount of dealer budget, how much you spent on that one specific car, it's amazing. Most dealers don't know how much I spent on that one car.
I know.
And I say, well, are you overspending or are you not spending enough money?
Yeah.
And that's where Lotlinx, our dashboard, we're first and foremost a data company.
Yeah.
And the platform that we offer, it shows the dealers exactly what dollars you're spending, what cars are going to it. That way you know what it takes to sell that vehicle.
That's right. And often what you'll find too is that dealers are spending a lot of money on a car that goes the first day it hits the lot. And it's, why are you doing that when you got a car over here that's about to hit 30 days and you're not spending as much money on that?
Well, when I'm talking to dealers, we're going to see inventory that's hard to sell.
Yeah.
I like to joke, well, it could smell like an ashtray, but hit more times than Mike Tyson. It's a car problem. But if it's a visibility problem, that's what we fix.
That's right.
So we do the heavy lifting. We find the eyeballs. Our learning machines are watching consumer behavior.
Yeah.
Millions of interactions a day are feeding our learning machines, and we're trying to recognize the right buyer for the right car.
Sure.
And then we're able to place that car in front of on the right platform.
Right. Which right now dealers are very focused on. They need to be out there advertising because those, as you said, those lots are starting to fill back up again. Even the car companies or the OEMs, the dealers that I talk to that are represented, that represent the three that are in strike, they're saying we really haven't felt the impact yet.
Not yet.
We still have a lot full of cars we got to sell.
Yes.
So if this thing doesn't last too much longer, we're not really going to have too much of a negative impact, which means we got to sell these things, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we got to advertise and sell them.
We're seeing new car ages going up.
Yeah.
And with certain OEMs, the buyer demand is a little bit dwindling a little bit, and so it's hard you can't just open the door and expect customers to come. Those days a couple years ago are not here.
I know.
How do you get more specific? How do you that floor plan's creeping up?
That's right.
So how do we help move that inventory? So we're seeing some models are still going to be successful selling.
Sure.
But there's some models that are struggling, and that's where some dealers really sometimes as Lotlinx as we partner, we're like, okay, where can we help the most?
Right.
Where do you need the help? Organically, you're going to sell these cars by yourself.
Sure.
Don't put any money behind those cars.
That's right.
So that's where a lot of times we're different with most
and
places.
we know that more buyers that want a particular car, you're able to grab more gross profit rather than saying, well, I have a buyer. Well, what if you had 10 buyers for that car, right?
Obviously, the faster you sell, a lot of our stores have gravitated towards, once their inventory is healthier, helping us make more profit. Dealers on Lotlinx are seeing their inventory turning faster, increased margin profits, and also potentially reducing other advertising overlap spend.
Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about the customer journey, the buying, the shopping journey, I should say, which has been really under the microscope. It's been under the microscope for some time, but ever since COVID hit, with everybody going online, and we're talking about modern retailing and / digital retailing, it's really been the focal point of a lot of dealers and OEMs for that matter. How do dealers know what part of the shopping journey the leads are in when they come in?
It's really, they go by sources. The lead, a lot of times they measure the close rate. So if it's a lower close rate, they know it's higher funnel.
Sure.
But even still, sometimes they're still basing their success on how many leads they've gotten versus where that consumer might be in the journey. Because sometimes we force consumers to enter a lead form to get the information they want.
Right.
And so again, I would say not every customer coming to the front door is the same.
Yeah.
Not every click is the same.
Yeah.
You can't treat every click or every lead as the same.
That's right.
You can't just put them in a holistic bucket and say, well, so you have to really narrow down where is that consumer in the buying process. Are they high funnel? Are they just trying to get research?
Yeah.
Versus are they actually looking at make a transaction? Where Lotlinx is, we're waiting for that consumer to show us, like we're ready to transact like in the very near future before the advertised dollars goes there.
That's right. That's right. Which is really essential now. I mean, because otherwise dealers are spending so much money, per car. At the end of the day, they're dropping 50, 100, 150,000, some $300,000 a month in marketing.
That's right.
And when you ask most of them what's working and what's not, they kind of give you the deer in the headlight look.
Or I get the 50% answer. We don't know what 50% that is, though.
Right. That's exactly right. And that, moving forward in this industry, which is so great in so many areas, that's still one of those areas that we're, to your point, the 50% thing is like, really 2023. I know Lotlinx has got great technology that can help dealers in this area and are helping dealers nationwide right now, right?
Yeah, we have some groups that have really been able to, again, it's not us saying like maybe the spending might be excessive.
Right.
The data tells them, this is where I'm overlapping spend.
Yeah.
This is where I don't need to invest dollars here. I'm selling this organically or some other sources. And the need to be on, sometimes the need to be on everywhere the customers are, it's better that where you are, I say meet the customer where they are.
That's right.
Don't force the customer to shop how they want it, how you want to sell. Like, be where the customers are.
That's exactly right.
And that's the thing about Lotlinx, we could be across 4,000 different sites. So we try to meet the customer where they are versus having them go to a site that may not be the best place for them to look for a specific vehicle.
That's right. So. That's right. Switching gears a little bit more, what's your take on the year ahead? You think we're going to have a good year in retail automotive?
I believe so. I'm always an optimist.
Yeah,
and so
sure.
We've seen a lot of ebbs and flows the last couple of years in the automotive industry. But I think 2024, a lot of good news from some of our partners on the Kia and Hyundai. The imports are their visions of the future, and especially next year is exciting.
Sure.
Yeah, it's hard when energy creates energy.
Yeah,
and so when the OEMs are excited, something's cooking for them.
That's
so
right.
Obviously, I think used cars will have a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to get harder before it gets better. It's just going to you have to be more precise. You can't just buy cars, hope they sell, because you think you have to be more specific on what you acquire, how you pivot to promote that vehicle. But I'm excited about 2024. I think fingers crossed on the strike and future allocation for the big three. But I think overall, when the OEMs are excited, which just gets the dealers excited, what's coming. So it's hard not to
We here at CBT News, we talk to all the automotive analysts from either Bloomberg or Cox Automotive or JD Power, what have you, and they all said that there's still that pent-up demand for vehicles that has not really been achieved yet from COVID. Mm-hmm. So there's still probably a couple of million vehicles out there that still could be sold to catch up in a very big way, and that's what's going to kind of carry us even through these higher interest rates, higher gas prices, maybe some hiccups in the economy or what have you, but people still need cars.
They do.
Yeah.
People are holding on to cars maybe a little bit longer, waiting for that the market to somewhat calm, but the demand is definitely there. And we're recognizing, as we watch consumer behavior, I was looking at a market in California, and the demand is very high.
Yeah.
So the buying signals are definitely there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Rick Dearden, Regional Director of Lotlinx. We're showing the information on the screen right here to get a hold of Lotlinx. And thank you so much for joining us on the stage.
Thank
Very much appreciated. Love to get the update from you guys. You're doing such great work for dealers all over the country.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching CBT News coverage of the 2023 Digital Dealer Conference in Las Vegas.